So in this edition, I'm going to show you how to produce a recording for Sling Studio. I'm going to go over the basics of setting up a recording, and then I'm going to go over the basics of how to do a recording live. So you're going to be mixed to different feeds, graphics, and other video sources. So join me on that project. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a new project, and we press on New Project. And we're going to just type in tutorial here. We'll leave it television. We're not going to do live. There we go. We're going to set it up. Okay, so we've got a couple of our audio sources. We've got camera link on, we've got HDMI on, and then we've got audio line in, which I'm not going to use right now. Then I'm going to add this camera right now once I start recording. So I want to start recording. Now it's recording, and I'm going to switch to the other view. So here we go. Right now what we're doing is we are recording the setup here, and you can see it just goes round and round and round. And I'm going to set up the other cameras. I got a couple cameras, one camera here, one camera there, and so we can switch from this camera to this camera. So now I'm talking to you on this camera here. Now we're going to go to this camera here, and so now we have three cameras going at the same time. So up at the top you have a menu. You have your audio mixer, which we're on now. You can see the audio sources are working. You have the preview pane, and if you want to preview a pane, there it is. Look at that. And there we are. We're looking at that. So that's what you're doing. That's removing the preview. We're going to remove that preview, and then we've got the video sources right here, so you can actually add video sources to that. And what I have is I've got some additional video clips. I'll add one just to show you how that works. Click on Untitled right there. We've got on our card, we got our card down in there, and we're gonna go ahead and just add this one here. Add to project. Okay. Alright, so now we've got set up as a video source. We'll click on it to add it as a video source there. So you need to click on it here so it moves up the active video sources there. Click off of this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to the preview pane, and it's ready to go on. So it's going to do both sound, and it's going, if you have sound on it, and it's going to do video. So now we're going to move from preview to program. Once it's finished with the playing that, it kicks it right back out of there. Then you have graphics. And what we can do is we can add graphics, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how to add graphics. You come over here, you press on the button. There are a couple ways to do this, but here's one of them. You press on Add Graphics. We're going to go right to our card, and I'll just choose the Mother's Day presentation that I did, and I'm just going to add this one, this one, this one, and that one. Okay, we're going to add four of those graphics, and I just happen to, those are pictures, but you can see the pictures are too small, and so, and this program, and one of its defects is that it doesn't order them the way you want it. For example, slide 2, 3, 9, and 7, and we want it to be in order, so we'll start with 9 because it's the last slide, and you, in order to expand it, you touch the slide, press expand, press save, and it saves it, and it saves it in first place. So now we're going to do that to the other three slides. We're going to choose slide 7, do the same thing. Expand it, save it. Slide 3, we're going to expand it and save it. Slide 2, we're going to expand it and save it. And the reason that these are called slide 2, 3, 7, because that's the numbers that I gave them. Here we are. We've got the first slide that I want to show, and I've got it in my preview window. And so what you do is when you're ready to do it, you press preview to program, and it'll move it from the preview pane into the program pane, and it will start recording. There it is. When you want to remove it, you touch preview to program again. You want to remove it from the preview pane, you touch over there and it removes it. Now, you can do the same thing to the second slide. If you touch, see it, all these slides are touched, they're all blue line, that means they're all in the preview pane. And so, even though they're in the preview pane, only one of them showing the top one. We're going to show the second one. Preview to program. And then we'll go back, touch it again to remove it. Do the same thing for the next slide. Touch it over here to remove it. One slide left. And we'll remove it. Now there's none of them in the preview pane. You can put all of them in the preview pane or just one of them in the preview pane. The beauty of putting them all in the preview pane is it stacks them, and so it's easier to get to your presentation when you're ready. When you're finished with your live edit, you're going to press, well, normally you press, if you're live, you're going to press go live, but we've just recorded, so we're going to press record, and we're going to stop. And those are some of the basics of using Sling Studio for live recording and live editing. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you later as we post more of them on Sling Studio.